Episode 11, 8 Eyes, No Lies. We got Mason. He's back from the dead, baby. Missed him last week, but we got Final Four coming up. We got an exciting weekend ahead of us, Masters week right around the corner. But before we dive into basketball and what we're going to talk about the rest of the show, Mason spent, what was it, Sunday before last?
Yeah.
Mason went to Darlington for the Goodyear 400.
He's in the wall.
Yeah. So Tyler Reddick won, what was that, his fourth win of the year?
Yeah. He's won 4.
Tell us a little bit of like what that was like. I know you've been in that race before, but what was that overall experience this time around?
I mean, it's a ball. It always is a ball. I'd put it up against a lot of sport events that I've been to. Just the vibes of just sitting there, just stone faced with a cooler, can't talk to nobody. It's so loud. You just sitting there the whole time drinking beer.
So a question I'd have for you, like, is it BYOB or do you have to like you just bring your own cooler in there?
Bring it home. You bring your cooler and they'll go through and they'll open it up and they'll move some stuff around and let you go in.
Take a few out.
And I tell you what I told walking in. I said, but their security was just not. We actually, it was a line checking coolers. We walked around it because it was taking so long, and they didn't stop us. They didn't look in our coolers, so we could have had anything.
That's like that viral video of that security guard when he's just like barely.
Oh yeah, that's what they were doing. But that's what I told you. They look. If you wanted to do something,
yeah, you're up to no good. NASCAR's your spot. Yeah. Obviously jokes, but that's hilarious. I didn't know that. I didn't know that y'all had y'all's on cooler there too. Is there enough room in? Where'd y'all sit?
All 3 of us had our own cooler. We all 3 brought one cooler, and we didn't have any drinks left when walking out of there. We got them all.
Got them all.
In fact, there was trips to the concession stand.
So how would y'all sat in the bleachers? Y'all weren't in the infield?
Yeah, we sit right at the start-finish line every time we go.
Okay, so I saw the videos y'all posted and stuff. Like it looked pretty crowded. Like, how is it compared to, compare it to Death Valley? Like as far as like leg room, more.
I mean, gosh, if you don't, I mean, that might be the worst.
Yeah, you're kneeing somebody right in the back.
Yeah, no, it definitely was better than that. Still, it was pretty crammed in there. We had all 3 seats right there, and Jamie said, "Man, I hope nobody big sits right beside me." A big old fella coming there, just. I mean, we ended up moving up a row.
Good thing y'all don't have no food in them coolers.
He had Jack Daniels though.
So, about how many people you think were there?
Oh, a lot. I mean, 100,000 probably.
Are you serious? That blows my mind.
I don't even know. Let's see.
How does Florence accommodate for 100,000 people?
Let's see. I don't know. Oh, never mind. 60,000.
That's still. I mean, that's a major sporting event.
Daytona must hold 100,000.
Either way, 60,000. Like that's a major sporting event for a place like.
Oh yeah,
Darlington to host.
Traffic was terrible.
So
it was lit. Bought me a shirt.
So I got a few questions for you because, like I said, I've never been to a race. So now, and I want to do it too, like, because I know me and you both, we go to a decent amount of sporting events. Like I feel like we both have that kind of passion for that kind of stuff. Yeah. So anytime one of us goes, and when we come back on the show, like I want to know what it was all about. So for one, and you bought that shirt. Who was that again? Carson who?
Hosevar. He drives like Dale.
Carson Hosevar. All right. Did you bet on anybody? Did you bet on him or what was okay?
I've listened to this. I bet on him top 3.
Yep.
Guess what he finished?
Fourth.
And he started at the back, so his odds were insane. He started last because I think he got a speeding ticket at Pit Road or something.
Dang, and I didn't even know you could get that.
But he was like 3 laps ago, and he was on the back stretch back there, and he was like in 7th. And me and Juice did a party bet on that. He was like 3 cars in front of him. He dove to the inside and passed them all. And Juice was there jumping and spilling his beer all over the people in front of him.
Worth it. Well, it would have been worth it if he'd end up finishing 3rd.
Oh, I know. I thought he was going to get it.
So were you surprised that Tyler Reddick won 4 for the 4th time this year? Like, is he the best in the world right now?
I think it's rigged. I think it's rigged. Yes.
Like what?
Yeah, Michael Jordan had a big lawsuit with NASCAR over offseason. I don't know what it was about. Michael Jordan sued NASCAR for something, and all of a sudden, Tyler Reddick 4 out of what, 6 or 7 races? 6, 7.
Sorry.
I
You
didn't
you
think you would. I didn't think you would think about that.
well, you threw me a freaking softball going back and
I
forth
thought
between
it,
6
but
and 7. But,
yeah.
so you got to see MJ. Is that the first time you ever seen MJ in person? That's pretty
Dude,
sick that you
yeah, I think you know, we've been there too long to really feel the emotions of it.
that was the end of the race.
And think about it now, like, oh crap, that was Michael Jordan.
That was Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and he was right in front of us at start finish line.
He owns the team, obviously, that Tyler Reddick's on.
Yeah, 23.
Dude, I mean, is that shocking though? Like, was Tyler Reddick good last year? I mean, like,
No,
has he
he had an off year last year. I mean, he's good. I mean, he was good 2 years ago, but last year I don't think he won a race last year.
do they have, like, world ranking in NASCAR? Like, I mean, he's gotta be the best right now in the
They
world.
just have the cup standings. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's first by a million right now.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. What's next for NASCAR?
We got a week. They take Easter off every year, and then next week they go to the Coliseum up there in Bristol, short track. Oh, it gets they do some banging up there.
So what, I heard, like, Tyler Reddick afterwards, he said he was having trouble, like, with his battery charging. When you're at a race, like, live like that, do you know that any of that kinda stuff's going on? Like, I mean
No, you just sit there and wait for smoke.
okay, that's what I was gonna say, 'cause when I realized that y'all were there, I like, went and watched, highlights when they came up on
Yeah,
YouTube, and then I watched his, like, victory interview, and he was, like, saying that he was in constant communication with, like, his pit crew, saying that, like, his battery wasn't getting but, like, nowhere near
all right.
about half
They didn't
charged,
know
and
that.
so,
We ain't got a clue. You can't hear nothing. You don't even talk. You just sit there and wait for somebody to wreck or to race people with.
is there a video board or anything? I mean, you can't like, is there a
There's a
jumbo?
small one just like in the infield that you can like see like the the what's going on TV, but you can't hear it.
Yeah.
And no one would look at it because you constantly following the cars around like this.
You get dizzy up there. And our top 5 segment, obviously, we won't sit and, talk about NASCAR too long, but I'm was curious about how your experience went. Sounded like you had a great time. Sounded like that it was, sun shining and the beer was cold, but, that's a pretty cool venue based on, like, the videos
Darlington,
I've seen and stuff, which
Darlington's yeah, it's
our top 5 segment tonight's gonna be the top 5 sporting venues of all time, or you wanna do American sporting venues, or do you have some
that's what
others?
I did.
Okay, same
I didn't
here.
even think about it.
But before we get into that, let's move into the heart of some American sport right here, and the Final Four this weekend. That's some people's favorite sporting event. I don't think it made our top 5 list. We did a few weeks ago, but we both kind of aren't don't claim to be experts on college basketball, but I will call myself a casual fan, and I learned a lot last week from CT. But we got Illinois, UConn, and Michigan, Arizona. Those are 4 teams left. That's who's playing each other. Between those 2 games, which one do you think you're most excited to watch? Yeah,
I hate I think I went on a rant about 2 weeks ago about their coach.
you did.
I mean, did you see how the guy acted?
He's on the refs, dude. He doesn't mess around.
Dude, he should have got a tech. He should have got a tech, and Duke would have won.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I just saw some people on Twitter saying the same thing. Like,
He
how does this
headbutted the
guy get?
ref.
Yeah, how's this guy get away with all this stuff all the time?
God, I hate.
Speaking of UConn, that game against Duke was the greatest basketball game
Oh, that was a good game.
in my recent memory, I think. Yeah.
And also speaking of UConn, they just lost to the South Carolina Gamecocks in
Dang.
women's ball.
That's their first loss of the year, right?
Yeah, the last loss in a long time.
I
So,
think they've won like 50
but
something in a row.
how
Wow.
do they lose tomorrow?
Breaking news. Um, but I want to dive into, for me, it's I'm the opposite of you though. I'm probably a little bit more excited for Michigan, Arizona, 2 1 seeds going at it than I am UConn, Illinois. But I want to dive into the matchups, and right now we'll start with UConn, Illinois. Illinois being 3 seed, UConn being a 2 again this year. No real Cinderellas. I don't think anybody's super surprised. I mean, maybe Illinois. They're good,
Oh, they are.
but you know, UConn's got maybe I know you don't like Dan Hurley, but I think they got the coaching advantage over Illinois with Brad Underwood. I don't know much about that guy, but I wrote down some things that I kind of gathered over the last few, like, identity of each team and then like strengths. But I'll start with UConn. Like their identity is like they're tough, super disciplined. They're tournament tested. They had to beat Duke. They've had a tougher road. They've played some close games late. And then with Illinois, they have like a pretty unique roster compared to a lot of other teams in the Big Ten. Like they're built around like international players. They got a lot of
Mhm.
international. So they're kind of built like a NBA team almost. Like they're physical. They're deep, unselfish. Like they got a lot of guys that they
Mm.
have a lot of guys that can score, I guess, and they're big. But UConn, they play great defense. They can rebound the mess out of it. I feel like they're clutch, and then they have good coaching. So I don't know. I mean, with that being said, like, who do you think's gonna win that game?
I think Illinois gonna beat the snot out of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I think Illinois look the best team in March. So, or yeah, I would say so. So,
they're
and I hope they do. I'm pulling for them, and I'm betting on them.
yeah. Okay, I don't disagree necessarily. I think Illinois will run into trouble if UConn plays like if UConn's dominating the boards and playing great defense. Like I think Illinois sometimes isn't always explosive, just like on offense. I think because they don't have like they don't have a I don't think they have a guy that can just take over the game and go score 30 on it by himself to beat UConn. Like they got to have a lot of guys score 8 to 12 points. And
Yeah,
if UConn's playing good defense and locking them down, like I could see them, but I think Illinois beats them. I do too because they're just so freaking big.
yeah. It's score a lot of points, play good defense. I think.
Yeah, and I wonder if there's any correlation to this. Like, UConn's got a lot more like American players. Illinois is kind of international built. Like, does it because like like us, like we grow up in America, like the Final Four, like March Madness, like it's like injected into your veins when you're in freaking like third grade.
Yeah,
Everybody's talking about it. Like these international players, like maybe it doesn't have that like maybe there won't be as much stage fright playing the Final Four if you're like from Spain or
yeah,
where.
that's true. Nah, could be.
Maybe I don't know if that correlates at all. I'm sure they're probably just as nervous as UConn will be. The lights will be bright. Obviously, that's the main goal is win a natty. And I'm just seeing here, yeah, you're right. South Carolina topples UConn 62-48 in women's Final Four. Wow, they blew them out. Dawn Staley, man,
And
that's a
women.
Clemson men's basketball. They need to hire the first ever women's coach for
Yeah, going for Dawn.
go get Big Dawn. We'll win the national championship, or maybe at least make it to the Elite Eight. No thanks, actually. But
Yeah,
anyway, so yeah, we're both picking Illinois. I don't hate that. I like that. So now we'll move into Michigan versus Arizona. Illinois from the Big Ten, you got them in the championship game. I mean, Michigan, they blew out Tennessee in the Elite Eight. Arizona beat Purdue, who you picked to win it all. Arizona to me is kind of like they're almost like the opposite of Illinois. Like they're super fast, high powered offense. They have great guards. They score fast. They like to run. When they get hot, they get scary hot. But at the same time, like you can score on Arizona. That's probably their weakness. Like so, if
yeah,
they don't get hot, which they probably have the highest offensive like ceiling of the teams left. Like they can definitely score. And then Michigan's just consistent. Michigan to me is like the most complete team.
yeah. I think they look the best. I think they look like the best team all year. I bet on them all year, and they pulled through all.
Well, they can control the game. They play physical defense. They like, run. They shoot low into the shot clock, and then they play like they expect to win. I don't know if they're an older team or not. I hadn't really looked into that. They play like they got some vets.
Yeah, I ain't watched either one of these teams all year, not once.
I watched Michigan play, uh, like Purdue early in the season, and then I watched Michigan play like a couple times in the Big Ten tournament. And I watched them beat Tennessee, and then Arizona. I mean, I don't know that I watched Arizona much, but like they just were the number one team in the country, like for the majority of the
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
Uh, so I kind of was like keeping up with them, I guess. So I'm thinking with that being said, I like Michigan,
yeah,
but I think the winner of Michigan Arizona is going to beat Illinois or UConn regardless. I think the winner of that Michigan Arizona game is going to win the national
yeah.
championship.
I don't know. I actually put UConn, but I mean Arizona to beat Michigan. But I mean, I don't know why. I
But I will say this, I'm picking Michigan just because I rely on them more. But if Arizona gets hot and they start playing fast, like they have the firepower to blow Michigan out. Like they could
yeah.
because they
I mean,
just
it might. I doubt it though. I mean, they'll
they get hot.
ESPN make it close.
Yeah, they are like the opposite of Illinois. But I mean, I don't really know. I just want to see good games. I really don't care. I picked Duke to win it all. They've lost a heartbreaker. Like I don't care.
I wish I cared more about the Final Four, but I just don't.
For the people that did tune in last week, they knew real quick that I was talking to somebody who actually knew what was legitimately going on, and like Chandler Thomas schooled me on basketball. Like
Yeah.
I was like, you talk, I'll take notes. Like you got this under control. Like I'm just a casual fan when it comes to basketball, but I do like it though. I like the good games. Like I'll be pretty locked in, especially if Mason's money move might guide me into placing a wager that I'll
We will.
life into. But
It's going to.
I like
I've
it.
kind of
But
already said my money moves, but
well, I mean, I'm sure you'll figure that part out.
yeah.
But anything you want to add? I guess we got who's your overall? Like you think who'd you say you're going to win it all? I still like.
I don't know. I mean, I'm feeling like Illinois. I don't know why I'm feeling Illinois.
I think Michigan. So we're staying in the Big Ten.
Yeah, yeah. It's my
Dude,
conference.
The Big Ten's on the freaking up and up with everything. This NIL, they seem to be doing it right.
They
But
dominate. Yeah, they're dominating. They got
dude,
more
and
money.
like to say this, I don't want to like sound like a broken record because we did talk about this last week, but we missed you last week, so I'll kind of fill you in. And Chandler Thomas was telling me like with the NIL, it's almost doing the opposite in basketball what it's doing in football. Like in football, it almost seems like it's level in the playing field. Like you got Illinois winning the Natty, Indiana winning the Natty and stuff like that. But he said in basketball, like it's already kind of like a one and done culture. So now like these guys are going. If you're at a small school and you have one good year, like they're going straight to Duke, Florida,
Oh,
Michigan
they're
stuff.
gone. Yeah,
So he said it's making the blue bloods even better.
yeah,
And I mean that's
for
last
sure.
year we had 4-1 season, the Final Four. This year we got 2-1s, a 2 and a 3. He's like, you just won't see many 8s and 9s make it anymore.
Yeah, it's like the most accurate brackets this year, like ever. Like people are like the better teams are winning the games.
Yeah, and like I'm sure you feel the same way as me. I freaking hate that.
I do too. Yeah, this year is boring. Probably why I ain't got into it because there was nobody to really like follow and root for.
Yeah, and that's
I mean,
probably why.
Iowa, but I wasn't pulling for Iowa. That's boring. I want somebody like you know,
Yeah,
I don't know,
somebody you never
some
heard
school,
of.
South Carolina State to go up there and win it all or something.
Yeah, and we talked about it too. It's like everybody likes to root for an underdog, and like even Iowa being a 9 seed, they're still in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel like an underdog.
No, like I want Florida Gulf Coast to throw a freaking dunk
Yeah,
party again, like beat 2 teams. Like, but
what's,
Chandler
what's
Thomas
the
told me it ain't gonna happen.
what's the school with the old lady?
UMBC or no, Loyola Chicago,
Yeah,
something like that.
damn.
Yeah, Sister Jean,
Yeah, Jean. She died, I think.
she died. Yeah, I
Dang,
think. Did she die? Look that up.
she's dead. I think.
If she didn't die, she's
And
117 probably.
Sister Jean still alive. No.
When she died,
God, oh, she was 106.
I told you she was up there. No wonder
Dog.
they didn't make. No wonder they didn't make the tournament this year.
Oh, yeah, they're cool. Bet they're under next year,
Yeah, no win.
October. Or she
Dang.
just died.
R.I.P. Sister Jean. That was a legendary run. You talk about somebody who loved hoops. Like if I'm 106 years old, I promise you, I'm not going to be following Loyola Chicago hoops.
Yeah, I bet she can't guard me.
She ain't. Yeah, but she
No,
can now.
no, I'm talking about when she was alive.
Okay, I say she
No, I
definitely
know.
can't guard me now.
No, I'm talking about 106-year-old Sister Jean could not guard me. I'd bet on that.
That would be you'd be pretty heavy. You'd be like minus
Yeah,
40,000
I'd
to get a bucket.
I'd probably be the favorite.
I agree. I'd hope so. I'd hope so.
Yeah.
If we're at altitude though, you might have an asthma attack. Y'all both might be down there on the ground.
Where we playing? Gosh.
You got to meet her. Well, Chicago's not at altitude. You got to meet her in Denver. You'll be in trouble. Anyway, before we get sidetracked, I want to talk more about basketball, but I don't know much more about it. So, but I will
Yeah.
stay on the topic of basketball and talk about
Sorry.
our bracket challenge that we hosted.
You want me to
So
pull it up?
I got it right here. So right now we have a tie for first with Big John Maragliano. Shout out. He's from New York, somewhere in New York. Let me think of where he's from. I don't know, somewhere in New York, Pine Bush. Yeah, somewhere up there. It's all the same, but he's actually not from the city. I do know. But Big John, I was an old student of mine when I coached at JPJ. He's got 910 points. He's picked UConn to win it all, and he's tied with Zach Rulin, who is a CFC
Nice.
alum, professional golfer these days. He also has 910, and he has Arizona. So it seems like Arizona wins it all,
Wow.
or UConn wins it all. But don't count out Chandler Thomas, who has 860 points, but has Michigan to win it all.
Wow.
So tight race there. Fourth place is Nick, who has Arizona to win it all. So I don't know if he can win, but he can come in second behind Zach. And then Austin Truesdale, he has 830
Wait.
points, and he's got Michigan to win it all. So he can come in second.
Well, he went against his Florida Gators.
He bet against his Florida Gators. That's tough. You bet against your Clemson Tigers.
Well, we weren't a one seed.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So I think it's a 3-man race in our bracket. Big John, Zach,
Where you
and
at?
CC. So I was gonna get to this. If
All right.
you hang from your feet and look at the bracket upside down, I'm actually at the top.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I am at the top. I am. Well, I just, for one, I want to give a heartfelt thank you to your wife, because she filled out a bracket based on mascots and colors. And if it were not for her, I would be in dead last in this
Yep.
bracket challenge.
Well, she picked it based on the cuteness of the mascot. So
Yeah, and I did.
yeah,
Yeah, and that is why I'm ahead of her, and that is the only reason. I mean, I'm also 60 points behind Juice, who is in third.
juicy.
Yeah. So I picked Duke to win it all. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, if Duke can win this thing, it will save my bracket, and I'll probably move up to like middle of the pack because you get so many points for like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know picking a Final Four winner and then picking the.
You just
But Duke
screwed
lost.
now.
What's that?
You just screwed now.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm in 26 out of 27, and you're in 16th out of 27, so that's respectable, middle of the pack.
It's not good, but I mean, no one's gonna remember my 16th when you're sitting there at 26.
And I can't catch anybody because I don't have any teams left, and I'm also in the bottom 10% of all the brackets filled out. I'm in 27.4 millionth place.
God,
So, note to self: do not pick Georgia to go to the Elite Eight.
Georgia,
The Bulldogs, yeah. I thought it was a football bracket.
we gotta watch too much football.
Yeah, I picked Georgia. I was thinking SEC. Like, here was my whole thought. I'll defend myself for a second. I thought NIL had taken over to the point where anybody who was in these major conferences like SEC or Big Ten that made it out of the conference to the tournament, I was like, they got to be pretty good. And then
And they
Georgia
lose
got
first
beat.
round.
Dude, Georgia got beat. No, they might have. I don't know.
Yeah, they got dogged by St. Louis in the first round.
I was gonna say whenever they lost by like 35.
Yeah, I got the snot beat out of them.
I had them winning three times. So, but we won't get into that. It's a pretty soft spot. But well, who'd you pick? You ain't in first.
I had Purdue. Hey! If you go back a couple weeks ago, I picked Iowa going to the Sweet 16.
Did you really?
Not the Elite
No.
8, but Sweet 16.
I was blowing up all my group chats. I'm like, I picked High Point to beat Wisconsin. Like, do I know ball or do I know ball? And then 3 days later, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't. I literally, that was probably the only game I got right.
I'm trying to find my bracket here. I haven't even looked at it since day one because I was so mad at it.
It could be worse. No matter what you look at, it could be worse. But also, not only did I pick High Point to beat Wisconsin, I also had High Point then beating Arkansas. I had High Point in my Sweet 16. I had Georgia in my Elite 8, and I had Texas Tech playing in the national championship.
Well, I can move up. Let's see. I had Purdue.
You still got.
I picked Michigan to lose in the Final Four, so I got Michigan in the Final Four. I only got one team right in the Final Four. It's Michigan.
I had 2 of my Elite 8 and 0 of my Final Four.
And Houston ain't make it nowhere.
No, they didn't. They kind of laid
I
an
had
egg.
South Florida in my Elite 8, and they lost in the first round.
I mean, it happens.
It's funny to look back at it.
I don't even like to. It hurts my feelings. Chandler Thomas tried to make me feel a little bit better about it last week because he was saying like, I got unlucky because he was like, some of those picks made sense. Like I had Troy beating somebody. I had Troy beating Nebraska. They lost by like 40. He was
Mm,
trying to make me feel better about some of that stuff, but it didn't work. My bracket's terrible, but the great thing is I get them next year. But anyway, anything you want to add to the bracket challenge? Anything you got to say before we move on to we'll stay in
I ain't doing.
basketball.
I ain't doing it next year.
I mean, the way things are trending, like I don't know. I'm not super excited to watch college basketball again. I hate to sound like a freaking.
College basketball sucks.
I,
It's all about the NBA.
Speaking of the NBA,
I knew you were going there. That was a good transition by me.
yeah. Speaking of the NBA, I saw where Oklahoma City walked the freaking dog on the Lakers. I said in our earlier episodes that I thought Luka was the MVP. I mean, well, I don't know if you saw the breaking news. Luka's out for the rest of the regular season.
I did.
So, but even if he were to play the rest of the regular season, SGA is the MVP. I mean, he made Luka look like they're not even on the same level this year.
Free throw merchant.
How do you feel about that? You don't like SGA, do you?
No, I don't. I don't know why. I fell into like social media. Social media don't like him, and I fell into it.
It's easy to do, but I mean, the Spurs have won 10 in a row.
That's what I'm talking about.
So it just seems like to me, the winner of the West is going to win the NBA Finals.
Been saying it all year.
You've been pulling for the Spurs hard.
I've been saying all year. This is the Spurs year. It's such a Spurs year to win a finals. They do it. They do this all the time. When it's questionable, pick the Spurs.
Well, and we've been talking about Popovich and them winning one for the Gipper. I swear to
That's
God,
right.
I think they could do it.
But yeah, I think them are OKC, no doubt.
Just seems like, and the Lakers were on fire. They won 8 of their last 10. LeBron's starting to turn back the clock, and then Luka gets hurt. I mean, if they get him back for the playoffs, that'll probably
Yeah, he'll be back for the playoffs, so they're gonna be fine. Honestly, I mean, now it's for the teams at the top is it's time to start mapping out who you want to get.
yeah,
So
true.
that 3 seed is that could be Houston or Denver, and you don't want Denver, so it could be
You'd much rather play Houston.
Minnesota's sitting there at 6. I don't know. It's just time to start thinking about that for the teams at the top at least.
Well, how many more games are left?
5 or 6.
So the playoffs are the 10 teams are in because the Heat are 10 games clear of the 11 seed.
Then we'll be
And
we're
then the
locked up.
Warriors are 10.5 games clear of the 11 seed in the West. So
the 10 are those are the 10 that have a chance.
the 10 are close. And going back to the Heat, we've locked up at least at worst case scenario we're in the 10 seed. But I watched a little bit when we played the Celtics, but I won't get into too many details about that game. But we've only won 2 of our last 10. But now it's like, I mean, we're still in reach to move up. Like you want us to get out of the playing game. It's still possible. We're only like 2 games behind that 6 seed, but like we freaking laid an egg late.
Yeah, I don't know. This team's not good enough, but you want to
Yeah,
get out of the play-in, but if you can't do that, you got to get to that 7 or 8.
yeah,
So we got to win once. If we're sitting at 10, now you got to win 2 games to get the 8th seed.
just to get in. Well,
So,
and then if we go 5-5 the last 10 instead of 2-8, we're probably in the 6 or 7.
oh gosh, yeah. If we have a better last 2 weeks,
Yeah,
we're looking at 6 or 7.
6 or 7. So we really dropped the ball, which is frustrating, especially when I'll touch on something that really gonna strike a nerve with you. But the Celtics have won 8 of their last 10. Tatum dropped a triple double. It took him 12 games to return before he dropped a triple double, and then freaking I'm blanking. Jason, who's the other ball guy? Jaylen Brown. I mean,
Brown.
they're both playing good. That's scary.
But shattered their knees with a hammer.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the Celtics could easily come out of the East.
Oh, I mean, I think they will. Pistons will not. The Pistons will not come out of
I don't
these.
trust the
I don't
Pistons.
trust. I mean, I don't see New York. I don't see. I say Boston or low key Atlanta, which is crazy to say. They're playing good basketball, but
And then going back to Boston, it just seems like those guys, for me, following basketball like loosely, I guess I'll say, not as close as you do. Like the teams that keep the same group of guys around are the teams that I like recognize or like remember. It seems like the Celtics have had the same team for the last like 5 or 6 years,
they definitely kept their core guys together.
and they won a championship together, so they know how to get it done. That's why I don't trust the Pistons. I don't really know any of their guys that much.
Uh, all my faith is in the Spurs or the Thunder to stop that from happening.
Yeah, but what you got? What do you think? Like, let's dream a little bit here because I don't my you know me, my fandom is all like fantasy land. I don't like to be a Debbie Downer. I'm super. I try to be optimistic. But like, what's best case scenario for the Heat?
I'll give you a little bit of hope for the Heat.
All right, that's all I
That
need.
our remaining schedule is freaking cake.
All right, how many games we got left?
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and we have the Wizards twice, which
Okay.
always helps. So that's 2 wins, and then we got the Wizards twice, Toronto twice, which is not fun, but if you want, it could be Boston twice. So Washington twice, Toronto twice, and then the Hawks. So if we can come out of that 4-1, then I think we'll be the 6 or 7 seed.
And then from there, let's say we get out of the play-in mess. Do you think we have a chance if we play our best basketball to like win a series or two?
Well, I mean, no,
Don't be a damn Debbie Downer. Tell me what I want to hear.
no. I mean, you get the 7 seed, you have to play the Celtics. You get the 8 seed, you have to play the Pistons, which that's what you want. I'd rather have the 8 seed than the 7 seed. You don't want to play Boston. If you get the 6 seed, you play the Knicks, which you don't want. So I don't
So
know.
we can take down the number 1 seed in the perfect world.
Hey, we did it 3 years ago.
All right, that's I'm putting all my eggs in that basket. I cannot wait for that series.
We got to get there first. I don't. The way we've been playing, we won't make the playoffs.
No, well,
But
we've already made the. Does the playing game even count as a playoffs? No.
no, because you got to win. You got to get that top 8 to make the playoffs.
Okay.
But
Well, we're
then
already in
the
the
playing
play-in.
game's just 1 game, but we'll be locked in for that. Hopefully, we might be in playing at Charlotte for the play-in, which I would gladly go to there.
If we get in that, I'm there with you. I don't care when
Play in
that
at
game is.
Charlotte, that'd be fun. So
I'm in there with you. We'll have to. We might do like a little
I don't
show
want
live.
them. Yeah,
Dude, they're the second half of the season. They're the hottest team in the NBA almost.
I definitely don't want Orlando. We're 0-5 against them this year, so really we're cooked.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. True. We're in a tough spot, but you do it to yourself when towards the end of the season. That's when you need to be playing your best
Freaking
basketball.
lollygag.
Yeah. You freaking.
But we can be dangerous in the playoffs. We've done it before. You never know. We got to play. I don't know. We haven't played together. People hurt.
Yeah.
Bam goes from 83 to 4. So
Is that what he scored the next game?
nah, he scored 20, but he's been playing terrible this past week.
Well, I don't really know what the solution is for the Heat other than getting a star player. You got it. I feel like that's just what we're missing.
Oh yeah.
Like a
The
super
good news is that the 76ers play the Pistons tomorrow,
Mm.
which we need the Pistons to win bad,
Yeah.
like real bad, because 76ers just won tonight. Hornets also won tonight. So
All right. Well, it's
there was a
heating up.
game that I was looking for. The Raptors, they need to lose. They play the Celtics on Sunday.
Okay.
The Hornets play the Timberwolves on Sunday.
All right.
So there's chances out there that we can. Oh, and then the Pistons play the Magic on Monday. The Knicks play the Hawks on Monday. The Sixers play the Spurs on Monday, and we have the Wizards. So
We can
Monday's
move
gonna be
on.
a big day for us.
I'll be shocked if we stay in the 10 spot.
Yeah, I would too. We have definitely the easiest schedule out of those playing
Yeah.
teams.
Did you say we play the Knicks?
No, we ain't got them no more.
Oh, good. The Knicks, for some reason, it's just Madison Square Garden seems like a tough place to play. But while I mentioned that legendary venue, we'll move into our top 5 segment. I want to do top five. Well, you actually brought this up, and I think it's great. And I think it's a great time to do it because we're kind of in the middle of like we just experienced college basketball with like Allen Fieldhouse, Cameron Indoor, yada yada. We're moving into baseball where you got like Fenway, Wrigley, Yankee Stadium, Tropicana Field, obviously,
Mm.
and then there's also legendary ones in football. But we're gonna do top five American sports venues of all time. I guess we could do past or present, but mine are all standing today and still in use.
Yeah,
But do you want to start with your number five, or you want me to start?
you go ahead.
So my number five, I enjoyed this. I had like probably 12 to 15 venues that I could have put on here, but I narrowed it down
Yeah,
to the best five. And also, I'm not basing this off of like crowd noise or like I'm kind of there's like it's a mix of things. Like atmosphere definitely plays a role. Like history plays a role.
yep,
Um, just like I don't know. Just I guess I'm basing this off like which one's more iconic. But my number five is Cameron Indoor, home to the Duke men's basketball team. Like I think that is the most unique. It's definitely the smallest one on my list. Like I think just the coziness of it and how freaking the Cameron crazies are like right on you.
yeah.
I think that's very unique, and you can't find that. Well, for one, you can only find that kind of stuff in college basketball, but you can only find that specific environment in Cameron Indoor. So that's my number five.
That is an interesting number five. My five, I went with Lambeau Field of the Green Bay Packers, the
Right.
frozen tundra. Because one is just a community-owned team, and they're just all that fan base is there every Sunday. Lambeau Leap. I don't even nothing's really special about the stadium itself. I think it's the people in the stadium that make that
Yeah.
iconic.
It's just
Uh,
it's historic. It's definitely historic.
yeah,
Yeah. And like as an AFC a fan of an AFC team, like I don't know why it's impossible for me to hate the Packers. I don't know what it is. Like I always kind of like the Packers. Number four for me is Madison Square Garden. I mean, it's the most famous arena in the world. When the Knicks are playing well, that place is it's chaos. But the Knicks kind of suck over. Like, I mean, not now, but like I don't know when the last time the Knicks won a championship.
yeah.
Been a while.
Uh,
But when they're
the Knicks,
good and Spike Lee's
oh
out
yeah,
there running around like an asshole and that place is rocking, like that's the last place in the world you want to be an opposing team.
that's definitely a good arena. I got it. My four, and this is just when I went like strictly the venue itself, and it's Jerry's World.
Oh yeah,
Cal- yeah, I mean, just massive,
yeah.
massive screen. A lot of people. The Cowboys usually suck, and away teams fill it up. But I mean, just the venue itself, you know,
The
a
the
behemoth.
Cowboys football team can't figure it out, so I feel like this was Jerry Jones's way to like still drop his nuts on the NFL.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
like the coolest
look
stadium.
look at my stadium.
Yeah,
We're going 9-8, but look where we're
well,
playing.
yeah, exactly.
That's a good one. I don't have that on my list, but I thought about that one. But um,
Yeah,
so my number three, I'm going outdoors for one. I did two indoor arenas. I'm going Fenway Park, the Green Monster. I don't like the Red Sox, but like that place is just iconic. Like that to me, that's just like American baseball. So I'm going Fenway Park at three.
yeah. Three, I went with the Rose Bowl at three. I mean that's just history. I mean, it's football stadium, but it hosted Super Bowls. It's hosted
Mhm.
a World Cup, Olympics. I mean, just a Rose Bowl. The mountains in the background. It's just I don't. It's historic, most historic venue in the world.
That was my number six. I freaking love the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
you think too, like with us being college football fans, like I don't know that there's a single stadium in the world that has as many iconic college football moments that have been inside. Like Vince Young. I
Yeah,
mean, you name it. I could go on, but like
James.
yeah, I mean, this is the Rose Bowl's lit. I probably should have had that over Cameron Indoor, but I like the uniqueness of it. But my number two was your number five, Lambeau Field.
Mm,
I think that, like, is the NFL, like, the history of it. I mean, the freaking Super Bowl trophy is named after no,
mm,
well, Vince Lombardi. Didn't Lombardi coach? Yeah, he coached the Packers.
yeah,
So, I mean, when the trophy's named after the guy that coached you and got you started, and then, like,
yeah,
your original franchise like that and always played in the same place. And then, like you said, like this owned by the people. You've seen the overhead shot. It's like the stadium's in the middle, and then like there's just a little neighborhood around
Oh
it.
yeah,
It's like in the middle of the suburbs, and
yeah. That's the cool thing.
it's cool. So I got Lambeau Field at my number 2.
Yeah, that definitely is a cool aspect of it being in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And my number 2, I went with Yankee Stadium. Just I don't know. You hear all about Yankee Stadium all the time, and I was just looking up pictures, and it just looks cool.
They
I don't
it
know.
is
I mean, it looks awesome. The Yankee fans love it. I mean, synonymous with MLB championships, historic moments, Babe Ruth. Even though it's like I know they built a new one, but we still kind of like it's still all Yankee Stadium.
they did a good job, which this is an unpopular opinion from what I've been hearing, but they did it when they redid it. To me, they did a good job making it look pretty close to how the last one was with like the little awning up top with I don't know, the little
I don't even
whatever,
know.
the design. But yeah, to me, when I think of Yankee Stadium, I just think of like American baseball in like the 1950s.
Yeah, yeah.
It's playing
Oh,
in the
for
street outside of the
Babe
game,
Ruth
like,
just drunk as can be, just
yeah,
smacking it over the fence.
Cracker Jacks and freaking
Yeah,
it's just as good as it gets. But
Nathan's hot
and I
dog.
don't have that on my list because I hate the Yankees.
Fair enough.
My number 1, I'm be curious if see if this is your number 1, but my number 1 is the Big House in Ann
Mm,
Arbor. I love college football, and to me, that is the ultimate cathedral in America. Like that is the Big House is just so you got Midwest football in the Big Ten. Like it gets freaking cold. You stuff 110,000 people in there to watch them run the football in the middle. Like that's just as good as
yeah,
it gets. So I'm going with the Big House as the best American
big
sports venue.
house.
The Big
Yeah,
House.
that I thought about it, but I went with the Garden at number 1. I love Madison Square. As much as I hate the New York Knicks, that is just they're just so close to the game, and just the celebrity row, and you got all these different famous people from New York in one arena. I mean, I don't know. Knicks basketball is like NBA to me, and I hate them. Not as much
Yeah,
as I hate the Celtics, but I hate them. But it's NBA basketball and the world's most famous arena.
yeah. I had some time on my hands when I was waiting on you to jump on this call. I was on YouTube and I watched the greatest Madison Square Garden moments of all time.
It had to be Carmelo. Her 2 back-to-back huge
Dude,
shots against the Lakers or somebody, I think.
I think it was the Lakers in that place. Well, for one, it was like, I don't know if it was a top 10 or a top 5, I can't remember, but every single moment, that place would just explode.
Oh, it's loud. Yeah.
And, like, those are passionate fans, like, people
They
freaking
are
love the
they
Knicks.
underrated fan base. They are
Yeah,
very passionate fans. I
like,
will respect them there, their fan
they
base.
love the Knicks.
They love the Knicks, and they hate the Heat. They hate the Miami Heat.
Fair enough, though, I mean, the Heat's had the Knicks' number in the playoffs
Yeah,
over the
we have.
last decade.
They hate the Pacers more though. We're not that far. Yeah, they hate them more.
So, while we're on the topic of the top 5s, I really want I told Chandler Thomas that I would ask you this because so last week we did, because we were on the topic of March Madness and, like, we were talking about upsets a little bit. We did top 5 greatest upsets in sports history. Off the top of your head, no research. That was the only kicker. And I know you're short notice. I'll just tell you what, like, me and Chandler said, and then you see if there's anything you wanna add. But, we went with, like, I can't remember exactly the order I had mine in. Oh, maybe I got it pulled up over here. Let's see. Okay,
The
yeah.
first thing that comes to my head is App State, Michigan. It's the first thing.
So I had App State beating Michigan in the Big House as my number 3. I'll say some of these to see if they even cross your mind. Like Boise State beating Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl is my number 5.
Yeah, yeah.
My number 4 was Y.E. Yang beating Tiger in the PGA at Hazeltine.
Yeah.
That one came to my mind. And then my number 2 was UMBC beating Virginia in 2018 at the
Mhm.
round of 64, first ever 16 seed to beat a 1. And then my number 1 all-time greatest upset was when Francis Ouimet took down Harry Barden in the 1913 US Open.
There you go.
I mean, and, like, speaking of Francis Ouimet, like, guy was an am, and he beat the number 1 player
Yeah.
in the world. Could you imagine if that happened today?
Uh,
If some caddy at a club took down Scotty in a playoff?
that'd be tough.
Yeah, but you got any that come to your mind that you didn't think about? CT threw some freaking soccer at me, which
Yeah, no,
I felt
don't do that.
disrespected.
The only one, I mean, earlier when you said like the question, I was like, the second thing that came to my head was like Mercer beating Duke, um,
Yeah,
a long time ago. Um, I mean, I'd say Tiger winning the 2019 Masters was a big upset.
true. Yeah, at the time he
Um,
was a shell of what he really was back in
the
the day.
Heat, the 8 seed Heat beating the 1 seed in the NBA tournament, 4-0 by the way. Um,
I want to throw something in there, but I just didn't know enough about it, I guess. But I want to throw. It seemed to me like that fluty Hail Mary to beat Miami was like a huge upset, but I don't know if.
yeah,
I think Boston College was probably pretty good though.
yeah. I mean, Miami Miracle beating New England Patriots. We were like 0 and something. I don't know. There's no big upsets in the NFL ever,
Nah, that
and
well,
NBA really either.
the only upset I can think of is when like the 8-8 Giants beat the 17-0 Patriots in the Super
Yeah,
16-0
that
Patriots.
was yeah,
But at the same time, like you said, I mean, the Patriots probably favored like 3.5 going into that game.
yeah, yeah.
CT threw Rich Strike winning the Kentucky Derby on me.
I was thinking Dale Jr. winning the All-Star race when he was a rookie. No one's ever done that before, and no one
Oh
thought he
wow,
was gonna win that.
damn.
But that's all I don't know. I would say App State, Michigan, probably my number one.
That's yeah, that's definitely iconic, especially as far as college football goes. That's about as good as it
Yeah,
gets.
that don't really count.
I think our next top five, maybe we get it wait a little bit later, closer to college football, but we got to do something like a top five, like greatest games of all time or college football games.
Yeah, top five, top five players and never win the Heisman.
Clemson's got two of them, but
Yeah.
maybe three. Nah, definitely two. I think you put Deshaun and Trevor up there.
But I'm ready to talk about that.
I cannot wait. I think that's
About
when
that
we'll
time
get
of
it.
the year where it's like, all right,
Well, and then like I have to go do some research just to be able to talk about this stuff for 15 minutes. When I feel like when we're in the middle of college football season, like it's gonna be tough to keep our episodes to an
yeah,
hour.
talk about one thing for an hour.
Yeah. While we're talking about football though, so we talked about this briefly before we started recording, but and this has been a couple weeks ago now, but we're just now getting around to it. But like NFL players assembled two teams and they took on like a little round robin tournament and played Team USA flag football. It was like Team USA, I guess like the Olympic will be like the Olympic team for flag football. And
Mhm.
it was a bunch of just scrawny guys that, obviously there's no hitting and stuff, but like this NFL team, I'm gonna see if I can pull up rosters. Dude, you're gonna lose your mind when I tell you who all played in this.
Heard a few. That's just crazy.
It was insane.
And AJ just walked off Buford in baseball.
Oh wow,
Had a walk off single. That's good.
that's insane. Hold on, I'll flag football classic. This is it. Okay. So there was a Founders Football Club team, and then there was another. Hold on, where are all the rosters? I'll cut some of this out once I figure out. Where's the other team? There's another team. Oh, Sean Payton coached the. I'll just talk. We'll talk about the Founders team first. So I'll go through the roster. You're gonna lose your mind. Tom Brady and Jalen Hurts were the quarterbacks. Ashton Genty, Alvin Kamara were the running backs. Rob Gronkowski played tight end. Winfield Jr. was a DB. Devontae Smith played wide receiver. Stephon Diggs played wide receiver. They had Von Miller at linebacker. DeMar Hamlin and Patrick Peterson played defensive backs.
I did not even hear about this.
Dude, they didn't advertise it at all. And like, so they played against, and then the other team, I'll just go off the top of my head because I couldn't find that other roster. There was another team, and it was Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Odell Beckham, Luke Kuechly was playing defense.
That's crazy.
And like, dude, they got throttled. I think they both teams played Team USA, and it was like a total of like 87-27 if you added them all up. Like they got cooked, and like, but
How was it
say
even different?
what's that?
How was it even different? Like, why didn't we win?
So this is why we didn't win. Well, for one, we practiced for 2 days leading up to it, the NFL players, and so we had, I mean, like Luke Kuechly. All right, like great, he's great at tackling people and hitting people and stuff like that. But there's no need to be big and fast in this. I mean, there's no need to be
Yeah,
big in this. You gotta be little guys that are fast.
Yeah.
So the only advantage that we had is, like, on jump balls. We like, oh my god, Tom Brady threw a couple jump balls to Odell or Joe Burrow threw a couple to Odell, and just, like,
Yeah.
one-handed 'em over top of these, like, little guys.
Yeah.
They were running, like, a 2 quarterback system. So there's no contact allowed at all, so you can't there's no offensive line.
Oh, I remember.
So there's 1 rusher. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's 1 rusher, so they'd snap the ball, he'd run. Okay, we were playing 1 quarterback, and we were playing like the NFL guys were playing like it was 7 on 7.
Yeah.
Tom Brady would just drop back and have to throw. Well, the field's way smaller, so our routes weren't working.
Yeah.
Had no room for them, and these DBs are still fat. I mean, these are great, like, world class athletes, obviously, but what they would do when they had the ball on offense, like the USA team, they'd have 2 quarterbacks, and they would, like, lateral back and forth to each other,
Yeah.
and then they would throw in these underneath cuts and stuff, and then Luke Kuechly couldn't pull anybody's flag. None of our defensive players, like Von Miller, couldn't pull flags. And then Saquon, like, he'd get the ball, and he'd try to, like, run over these guys, and it would give him, like, he'd get, like, penalized. Like, we didn't know the rules or nothing,
Yeah,
but,
you
like,
can't initiate contact.
but it kinda pissed me off because, like, I love the NFL and, like, obviously, those are the best athletes. You can't sit here and tell me that the flag football they just knew the game better, but, like, they dunked on us. They freaking they made them look like morons, and it rubbed me the wrong way, like,
Yeah,
uh,
you seem upset about that.
I didn't like it. I watched the whole Savannah sat there with me because she couldn't believe that Tom Brady was playing at the end. I wonder if I could pull up a freaking I ain't gonna get into it.
They
Tom
ball
Brady
out.
Tom Brady they sent a free rusher and, like, we weren't doing the 2 quarterback thing. He sidestepped the guy, juked him out of his shoes, and then threw a freaking dime to the back corner of the end zone to Devontae Smith for a touchdown. I was like,
I still think he'd be better than Rivers playing for the Colts.
dude, he looked just as good as he did, and, like, he looked so cool, dude. He had some Pit Viper sunglasses on, backwards hat.
He what a douche.
He looked so cool. And then, Gronk caught a touchdown. Oh, DeAndre
No.
Hopkins played too.
Dang. He's
DeAndre
out of
Hopkins,
jail.
he caught the first touchdown of he caught the first touchdown of the whole tournament, and he told the flag football guy that he was too small.
They were lost.
I was like, "Come on, D-Hop." Yeah, so pretty interesting, Imma send you the links so you can watch some highlights, like, they did, like, 30-minute highlight, it'll blow your mind. But a lot of the guys, like Jaden Daniels, they said that he's actually like, he grew up playing a little bit of flag football, and that like, they say he has an actual chance to make the team for the Olympics. There's a few guys that Joe Burrow wants to play. They said Joe Burrow's gonna, like, grind and try to learn how to do it.
Can't be too hard for a quarterback.
Yeah, so but it was interesting, but it was just, like, the biggest difference was, I mean, on offense, they didn't really look that bad other than, like, they just didn't know how to they didn't know the
Yeah.
strategy, but it was we could not pull flags on defense, like, it was awful. And then you had these little dudes run up and just snatch, like, Saquon's flag like it ain't nothing, like, 2-yard loss. I'm like, dude, I'm like, if this was real football, this he's Saquon's, like, stepping on his chest, they just run up and snatch his flag like it wasn't nothing.
That's all here.
And then,
He wasn't jumping over nobody.
no, well, you can't jump.
Oh,
So,
yes.
like, these dudes would be running, and they would slide on their knees to lower their flag height. So you'd have to pretty much be on the ground to put it like, dude, they were cooking. They were absolutely cooking. You had to go back
That's
and watch.
funny.
Dude, it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. But Luke Kuechly looks like he could still play. Tom Brady looks like he could still play. It was all for charity too, because like one team had like Logan Paul out there playing defense. Yeah, that's what it's about. Also, I'm sure Logan Paul's probably on some steroids. I ain't gonna throw that accusation out there, but that joker is freaking yoked.
He definitely is.
He was way too ripped to be trying to pull somebody's flag. But I don't know. I mean, pretty interesting. I'd be curious to see who ends up making that team and if any of them even make that team, because that was another thing too. Like we had, I mean, Patrick Surtain maybe was out there playing DB. They were not throwing the ball down the field. They didn't need to. They were just like lateral dump off, and then like we couldn't pull flags. They'd score.
Yeah, they're not gonna beat us deep.
No. And then like we could beat them deep, but we also couldn't even get a deep throw off because we weren't lateraling it to quarterbacks. They were just
Yeah.
pulling the flag sack. So we didn't have time to even throw it.
Funny.
But it was hilarious. You got to watch it. I'll send it to you. But
Yeah.
I almost got carried away at the most important thing of the day is Mason's money moves.
Yep.
So
Just 2.
let's get away from flag football. Let's get into making some coin.
It's short and simple this week. We've already pretty much talked about it.
Perfect.
I got Illinois to blow out UConn -1.5. And I
Illinois
got
-1.5.
yeah, blowout -1.5. And then Arizona money line to beat Michigan. And I mean, that's it.
Bet on it. I'm gonna draw a
Bet on
little.
it.
I'm gonna draw a
Take it.
little lot.
Yeah, draw a dollar sign. Look at that. Where is it? There they are. That's a
Look at
lot.
them
Yep.
lots. It's over with. So
It's over.
I don't know. You got anything you want to add? Anything exciting happen? I mean, we probably didn't necessarily kill it on this episode with knowledge.
I think we did great with the flag football.
I would do an entire separate podcast just called. I can't say that. I'll get canceled. Never mind. I'll tell you after.
There you
Anyway.
go. We almost got kicked off the air.
Yeah, we did. But I got fined by ESPN. All the
Mhm.
10s and 20s of people that log in and watch us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll get back in it next week. Next week we'll have special guest Chandler Thomas back. He is he knows just as much about golf as he did about college basketball, so be ready. We'll do a Masters preview. We'll wrap up, talk about who won the national championship in basketball, but we'll try to get back on our Wednesdays. We've been busy, especially with Mason. He's been all over the place. We had to go to a wedding last weekend. Shout out Cameroon. He's down there in the Dominican Republic on his honeymoon right now. And but yeah, we'll get back on our Wednesdays and we'll keep this thing rolling with I'm excited for the Masters.
The Masters. I'm
I
on
cannot
spring
wait.
break. Well, I'm gonna watch it all week.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm actually playing that tournament that week, but I'll be off Sunday.
Yeah,
But
important day.
disappointed I'm not gonna get to see Tiger, but that's topic for another time.
Yeah, I'm really shocked we didn't get into that, but
We'll get into it Wednesday.
okay.
All right, well, that's about all we got. We'll see you next week for episode 12.
All right.